Order is collapsing. Lapsing. Order is collapse. Rebooting. Failed. Scan. Failed. Connecting to server. Failed. 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 Drip. Drop. I hear droplets hitting the ground. Something cold yet soft and smooth strokes my cheek. Or so I think. Wait, what? Hello, human. A thing in the shape of a human looks at me with a forced smile. Who are you? I am Fancy. A being of the abyss, born from the imaginary. Being of the abyss? What? Just have a very unique look about her compared to the Tempesta girls I've seen. Yeah, just get this feeling. Yeah, she's still a ship girl. Thanks for saving me, Fancy. You're welcome. Let's get moving. Without any warning, one of Fancy's tentacles perks up and coils around my body. This is faster. Okay, where are we going? To fulfill your mission, human. What mission? The goddess guided you here, just as she guided me. Therefore, the goddess has a mission for you, just like me. Guided me. Talk about what the Grimoire Terminal said? Didn't it say something about connecting to a server? What was that about? Maybe there really is a link between the goddess and the sirens. Hang on, I want to check something. Looking for a miracle, I take the terminal out of my backpack. It's still the same as before. Should have figured it was working again. Just as I stow the tablet back in my backpack, Fancy takes a few soft steps towards me. Oh, this? Multi-purpose tablet called the Grimoire Terminal. Sort of broken. Terminal? As in a computer terminal? You're familiar with computers? I didn't know about those. The goddess granted me this knowledge. She granted me this mission. Computers, grimoires, terminals. These are extensions of the will of the goddess's central unit. I too carry her will. Perhaps you could say I'm a grimoire and a terminal too? She tilts her head to the side and thinks about it. Don't worry, you obviously aren't. Very well, then let's move. Tentacles start to slither all around. Head up, there's one more thing I want to know. What even is this place? The kingdom of the goddess. Her domain. You're in the goddess's central unit. You are inside of her. The pieces are falling into place. The goddess is no imaginary being, nor is she a transcendent god. She is simply a siren machine. And that means all this time the people of this world have worshipped the thing the sirens left behind? More importantly, how does Fancy know about it? And have ties to the sirens. In which case, she must have all kinds of info. Is the goddess's central unit self-aware? Huh? She cocks her head, puzzled. Doesn't seem like she understands my question. Different question then. What does your central unit typically do? Control the sea's climate and suppress the curse of the deep. Never heard climate and curse used in the same sentence before. Many system errors accumulated within the central unit over its endless purges, and one day, the curse infected her with a virus. The virus has seized control of the unit, allowing the dead to appear all across the sea. Though her explanation sounds bizarre, I now fully understand the situation. In other words, you and I need to remove that virus and restore the seas to normal. Did I get that right? Not me. You. I know of no way to remove the virus. My mission is only to take you to the central unit. Oh, I'll have to figure out something else. Alright, let's walk over. Once more, the tentacles slither around me. I said let's walk over, not please carry me. You know what walk means, right? You'll prefer to use your lower limbs. Fine, I understand. Come along. I would want to be carried. I'm just saying. Fancy and I walk through a massive mechanical structure. Our journey is smooth and unimpeded as double doors slide open one after the next. After passing through a corridor, we are in a vast, open place as blue as the ocean. Thin mist extends everywhere, and across it I can see purple lights twinkling like little stars. This is the Misty Pond. I'm surprised even they have come back. Come back? Who? The lights, the silent souls. They know we're here. Then great beasts appear along the mist, swimming across the surface. The silent souls, do they look a lot like skeletons? They are the essence of the skeletons as well as their source of power. That's how they move. In fact, they are linked. They must be running rampant on the outside for there to be this many of them. So if they're linked, what will happen to the skeletons if we destroy them all? They will lose their power and minds, becoming but empty husks, what they ought to be. However, consuming all of them will take considerable time. Do they taste like anything? No. They taste neither good nor bad. Want to try one? Your tentacles start to squirm. Thanks, but I'll pass. At the same time, I don't think you can do this alone. Hang on. If you took all the skeletons on the outside, what would happen? Without bodies to control, the souls fall silent. Why? Will you tell your allies on the outside to deal with them? That's the plan. The question is how to get in touch with... Wait, how do you know about my allies? I saw them with my own eyes. You saw them? Take my hand. I will show you. She sits down by the side of the pond and dips her feet in the water. Then extends a tentacle to me. Dodging the tentacle, I grab her hand and suddenly find myself in a new place. Skeletons swim past one after another in the ocean's deep, dark recesses. All I could do is watch, like an observer without a physical body. After a while, I'm brought to a different location. Then yet another. Is this some kind of equipment the sirens use to monitor the sea? Did she hook up her own sight to it? One scene transitions into the next, flickering by in just the blink of an eye. I see a fleet of ships sailing at sea, and a girl in red wearing a pirate hat. Commanders underneath the island? Seriously? I hear her voice clearly. This can connect directly to the monitoring equipment. Maybe it can send audio too. I am your god! Won't hurt to try. Commanders underneath the island? Seriously? Sitting on the deck of the Great Royal Fortune, the pirate girl asks a question. Yeah, I'd recognize that voice anywhere. It's below the island. Then we must make landfall. Luckily, the ghost is in disarray thanks to the storm. We have it in. Ah, thank you, game. I have seen your sins and I shall judge you. Tempesta, can you read? What is that? I hear a whisper. Is anyone else? Is that just me? I thought the bottle was speaking to me. So was it my imagination? Hang on. Was that the commander's voice? Commander, where are you? I can't see you. Long story short, I told them what was fine and relayed my plan to them. See? I said the commander was under there. So I got that right. Just gotta take out as many foes as we can, yeah? Easy breezy. I've been raring for fights. Allow me to lead the charge then. Just so you know, there are loads of traps down in the temple. Be careful. Come on, Tempesta. It's time to save the commander. I probably peaked my mic a few times laughing. Well, then sometimes the game and I's sense of humor is on the same wavelength. I'm getting a nice and cool 5 FPS chat. Oh god, my frames are gone. This is why you need airstrikes. Clear out all those shells and help with the frame rate. Tempesta gets to work dispatching the monsters. The lights in the mist begin to disappear at a perceivable rate. Those are powerful allies you have. It's about time that I did something too. Are you going to fight? Yes, to flex my muscles a bit. The air around Fancy bursts into purple flames and spread out like waves. The blindfold turns to ash, revealing the inhuman eyes below. Lips parted, she thrusts her blazing tentacles into the sea of mist. The deathly shrieks of the so-called silent souls echo. This is my true form. My true form is an abyssal being. It's a pleasure to see you, Commander. Water sloshes, explosions boom, and mandibles rip and chew. The lost souls are devoured, with nothing left behind. Well, remind me never to piss her off. Temple Underground, at the central unit of the goddess. At the center of this vast room stands a colossal machine, towering towards the heavens. An irregular metallic shell encases it, covered in patterns and designs carved with gold. What are these gold patterns? It's very unusual for the typically utilitarian sirens. At any rate, I'm glad this machine isn't that big. Here, I have to deal with a city-sized structure like the elite sirens have. There is the central unit, human. Fulfill your mission. Fancy stands in a corner of the massive room and gestures to the machine with a tentacle. Everything appears to be safe. I've never directly operated siren machinery before. Shouldn't be too hard to at least extract some info from it. Besides, what else should I do? Nothing? As soon as I approach the machine, the tablet on my backpack begins to beep. The terminal comes back to life and lights up all of a sudden. Terminal, are you back? Terminal on standby. It just started working again? It activated by being in close proximity to the machine. Run a self-diagnostic. Charging field detected. Engaging charging mode. Just out of batteries this whole time. Well, I didn't say anything about charging it, so it should work fine after this. Siren Tech is mighty convenient. It does exactly what the riders need it to whenever they need it. Examining it, I quickly locate the visual interface you often see on siren machinery. I need access privileges. Terminal, can you hook me up? Orders received. Processing. Processing complete. Kill yourself. Verification complete. I'm Central Unit. Compiler's wings. At your service. It worked. Interesting. Compiler swings. Is that the goddess's name? Are you an idiot? I don't remember any of the books in this. Any of the books in this road alluded to her name before, but maybe. Wait, Compiler swings. Is it Compiler's wing? Oh my god. Oh god, I'm a dumbass. Last time it was Tester who'd gone nuts. Must be Compiler this time. I bet every siren in this place has a few screws loose. I want to ensure the virus won't interfere, so I start by running a security check. The status bar says the last self-diagnostic was performed 2 hours ago. Weird. It says it's working as normal? There should be a virus affecting the central unit, which gave rise to the Skeleton Beast, if Fancy is to be believed. It can't possibly be how the system is meant to operate. Run another self-diagnostic, just to be sure. When the task is done, I pull up the logs and examine them for any useful information. Look at these files. The Atmospheric Circulation Adjustment Project, the Deep Sea Life Enhancement Project, the Tropical and Subtropical Marine Climate Adaptation Experiment, Silent Souls, research on the development of Wisdom Cube applications. Sounds like Compiler's machine has been running experiments by itself. Safe to say, everything's gone wrong with the goddess links back to these projects. Although, there are a few things this doesn't explain. Just in the climate doesn't whip up storms in an instance. And this research into the Silent Souls makes no mention of ship parts or skeletons. That makes me think what's actually happening to this world is misaligned with what the Sirens had in mind. Self-diagnostic concludes, and the screen only shows the words, nothing unusual. Maybe it's not a virus. Maybe someone has tampered with the system. But then, who? I had the computer knowledge Ingraham and Helena taught me. I scoured the system for any clues that might have been left behind. At my best efforts, I realized after a while that it's beyond my abilities. No dice. A lot of people who could do anything are me and Fancy. Actually, is it possible that she did the tampering? No, that makes no sense. She wouldn't have led me here if she did. Turn and look at her. She seems to struggle for tentacles. It's a temple, a holy site dedicated to the goddess. Not out of the question that some internal sabotage took place within the church. Ganji Sawai? Or maybe someone just touched it without knowing the consequences and broke something. If someone from the church, does Sawai know about it? Suppose she could know as little as I do. Yeah, didn't you say there was a secret path that connects on the outside? Need to find that and lead all the others in here. Terminal's help, unlock the secret passageway leading to the outside. The gods have been part of this world longer than anyone remembers. This experiment belongs to be believed. The sirens have actually helped keep the world in balance. The village of the goddess only weakened very recently, so with that in mind, Terminal. Is it possible to revert the experiment plans and restore the system to an earlier version? Yes. Would you like to do that now? Not yet. Later. This is to best this world, and it's up to them what to decide to do with the goddess machine. You don't tell them that their god is a machine. You don't tell them their god is a moth. That fucks things up. Christ. I just ate something salty before this, so I'm dying on water. Commander! Here it goes as they rush inside the room hosting the central unit. Oi, I'm the leader. That means I get first dibs on hugging the commander. My darling, I'm so glad you're safe. Looks like the plan worked in the end. What if it was a real pain? Commander, you gotta hear what Portsmouth did. Took her ship, right? And then she just... Said we could take care of him how we wanted, didn't we? Didn't ya? So took my ship and ran the buggers. You're such a kid. Why do I work with you again? It's good to see you again, Whiter the Magnificent. No way! Terminal! You fix it, Commander? Whiter runs up and pulls the tablet to her embrace. Terminal, my beloved. Who is that, Commander? Martina's word get everyone else's attention. The girls all look at Fancy, who's next to her. Well, she's going to save me from the storm, put me in touch with you, and show me to this place. Her name is Fancy. She's a ship girl and an abyssal being. Fancy raises her chin, satisfied by the introduction. Might even have ties to Ganji Sawai in the church. Pardon? I don't think I know what you mean. I've never seen her before. Inside, Grimoire Terminal allowed me to have a look at the goddess' essential units. We're running through what happened, what the deal is with this huge machine. Get the gist of everything I learned. The silent souls, the cause behind the monsters, the reason why Fancy is here. Although I've held some details about the central unit and its status. I told them that someone had tinkered with it, leaving the sirens almost completely unmentioned. As you expect, they were all shocked, especially Ganji Sawai on account of her church involvement. We just bring up a few ideas what to do about the central unit. It's now time for Tepessa to decide the fate of their world. Can you believe it? The goddess was ancient artifact, just like the Fountain of Youth. Making grace is nothing more than an attempt to maintain balance. The church must have known that for ages. Why didn't you tell us? You say that, but her protection is real. Also, don't you like her even more now? Isn't this better than a real deity who judges you from the heavens? It's true. I know the truth. Won't you join the church? Come and praise the goddess with us. What's with the sudden recruitment attempt? You join Tepessa first and I'll think about it. I'm not going to let outsiders to the church decide what to do with the goddess's powers. Unless you join, I will accept the results of anything you vote on. At the same time, you'll only be outsiders if you join. You can vote with the rest of the church on what to do with the central unit. Stop that. I'm not joining any bloody church. Besides, whether you join or not, you all have the same idea of what to do with the units. Don't remember stating my take on what we should do. We didn't. You just gave us the facts. Let's not forget I know you better than anyone else here. So if this thing is really a threat and a burden, why'd you waste time voting on what to do with it? Real fortune winks playfully at me. So, what's gonna be, folks? Do we bring it back to normal, or do we wreck it? Let it be restored so the wind and the sea will protect us once more. Agreed. Better have a goddess than not, in my opinion. The church will be greatly indebted to us if you fix it. It's ancient artifact. Repairing it is the best option. I don't really care either way. Is there a Portsmouth can have an option? No! Damn. Fix it then. Fixing it is the obvious thing to do. Let's fix up the goddess. Alright, 9 supporting it, 0 want to break it, and 1 that just doesn't care. See why? It's unanimous, and nobody even had to join any church. Wonderful. On behalf of the church, thank you all for your resolution. I thought she was going to say I wanted to destroy it, but a plot twist. That's that. Terminal, proceed with the system backup plan. Orders received. Starting system restore program. Estimated time until completion, 15 hours and 23 minutes. It's gonna take all day. Well, so you just have to wait. You do that. I'm gonna catch some Z's. Oh, right, I just remembered. Fancy, you there? Pardon? You live in this place, yeah? So you gotta know this place inside and out. Is there a pantry or a pub around here? Got any grub and spirits? Spirits, you say? Yes, those are everywhere. Jackpot! Get in there, where are they at? You want to consume them too? I'll show you to the Misty Pond. Brilliant name for a bar, let's go! Oh boy. Portsmouth's in for an adventure. Portsmouth, Portsmouth, ha!